Well, welcome everyone. We are so glad to have you for our webinar this afternoon, How to Get LGBTBE Certified. My name is Tammy Wallace and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I am the co-founder and president and CEO for the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce. And we are so thrilled to have you joining us this afternoon for this important webinar, especially in light of our historic announcement last week, which I'll touch on in just a moment. But if you are joining us via Zoom, we are glad you're here if you're on the live stream, and then certainly folks may be listening on the recording later. So we are certainly, however you're joining us, we're glad to have you here, and we hope to answer all your questions today. With that, if you are joining us via Zoom, we encourage you to add your pronouns. You can do that by touching the three dots right in the right-hand corner of your photo on Zoom and update and add your pronouns. We encourage you to do that. And this historic announcement, hopefully most of you have heard about this. This is why many of you are joining us on the call today. Historic to be the first city in Texas to include LGBTBE certified businesses in City of Houston contracting and procurement. A huge thank you to Mayor Turner for his leadership and leading the way in Texas. We could not be more proud of him and the work that we've done together, collaborating with the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce on this. And of course, part of this collaboration is the Office of Business Opportunity, who you're going to hear from shortly with Director Marsha Murray. So with that, let me just share a little bit of the program outline. We are going to kick this off with remarks from Jonathan Lovitz, Senior Vice President with the NGLCC. You'll hear from him shortly. And that will be followed up with remarks by Director Marsha Murray with the City of Houston Office of Business Opportunity. We're going to get into the meat of the presentation today, if you will, the nuts and bolts with Alicia Greene, who's the Director of Supplier Diversity at the NGLCC, to really talk about what are those steps that you need to take to get your business LGBTBE certified. And then we'll follow that up with a Q&A session, making sure we get all those questions answered, and follow that up with just some final remarks as we wind up the day. So with that, it is truly my pleasure to introduce Jonathan Lovitz, who is the Senior Vice President with the NGLCC. And you should, his bio is on, you can see his bio on screen right now, and I can read all this, but let me just say, Jonathan is the advocacy guru. He has been a tremendous leader to get LGBTQ inclusion across government entities, working with corporate suppliers across the country to ensure that the supply chain is diverse. He is certainly building a strong legacy through his work at the NGLCC. But what you may not know about Jonathan is he's an honorary Houstonian. Many probably don't know, but in 2011, he actually was the honorary Grand Marshal for the Houston Pride Parade. So with that, Jonathan, our honorary Houstonian, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, thank you, my friend, and welcome to everyone here and on Facebook Live and around the great state of Texas who are joining us today. It's great to be with you. And Tammy, don't sell yourself short. That's how we first met, because we were both fortunate to have our rainbow pride ribbons. And that was really such a special time. And that was, gosh, a decade ago, and hard to believe all that we've accomplished as a community and especially as the city of Houston ever since. And it has been the honor of my life to get to work on these inclusion issues here and around the nation. So I bring greetings on behalf of the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce, the business voice of the LGBT community, representing close to 1.4 million LGBT business owners in the United States. And the economic power that we bring to our country, both, not only as consumers, but as job creators and small business owners who are a vital part of the American economic engine. I'm going to share my screen with you and put up a couple of quick slides to review just how historic this win that Tammy mentioned has been. It's hard to believe that it's been just a couple of days since this exciting milestone with Mayor Turner. involving members of the community, and really cementing Houston's leadership as a place that is now open for business with every community. And as we know, the NGLCC and the Houston Chamber and all of our affiliates around the country, we say regularly, equality is good for business. It's even better for a city government, because when we're talking about improving economic and social efficiencies, more diverse suppliers means more competition, and that's a good thing. That's where some of the most innovative success stories come from. That's where those innovative pivots come from. And when those companies are competing, they're driving taxpayer prices down, which means money left over for all of our kids' schools, our roads, our firefighters, and everything in between. And perhaps most importantly, the economic development resources for small businesses. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, do check out our press release at nglcc.org/Houston. We've got links to all the social media accounts so you can share this information widely. You know, the one thing we do not want to have happen is that this just be a press release. We want to see some huge successes for our community in Houston and what it means for helping set precedent around Texas and throughout the South. You are truly a leader, and we want to have those success stories. You know, we talk all the time about how we're shattering stereotypes at the NGLCC by creating opportunity models, showing people that you are not the only one in your industry or from your lived experience. You are part of a network of people just like you who could help you succeed, because we truly do believe that when we all do better, we all do better. And look at this, just in a few hours after this was out, it was covered by national news and local news. We still have some great stories that we've been told are coming in from CNBC and The Advocate. And, you know, because this is dispelling the myth that progress can't happen in places like Texas. Texas is leading. You are beating some other major cities to getting this done in Houston, and you should be so proud of that. So this is one of my favorite things. This is something we share with lawmakers and legislators all over the country as we show them, you know, what started off 5 years ago as a hope and a prayer. Adding California to the map is the first to add our businesses in the Public Utilities Commission. We've now got over 30 cities, states, counties, and agencies. But now let's do the best part of my job, which is adding Houston to the map. And I hope you are all so proud of what we've achieved and the legacy this is going to cement for Mayor Turner's administration, for OBO, for the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber, and for all of us who believe so deeply in making sure that every community is represented. And remember that this isn't just a win for LGBT people, because never forget that we are women, we are people of color, we are veterans, we are immigrants, we are. And when LGBTQ people succeed, so do they. And when they succeed, so do us. So we're dispelling with that myth that there's only so much pie to go around, because when it's our taxpayer dollars paying for that pie, we can decide to bake a whole lot more of it and share it at some bigger tables that we build together. So to contextualize a little bit about why this matters, before we were in this work of public sector advocacy, all people knew about the LGBT community was why your Listerine bottle in the tail fin of your airplane goes rainbow every June, because we are a powerful consumer class. We spend $917 billion every year on stuff, but we're discerning consumers. Almost 80% of all purchasing powers by LGBT people and our allies are influenced about what we know about that company. For example, not all chicken nuggets taste the same. Some taste like they hate you. So why would you spend your money on a company that's actively investing against you when you can look at the NGLCC, the HRC Corporate Equality Index, city vendors, and say, are you living up to my expectations as someone who has skin in the game as a potential member of your supply chain, your potential hire for you, and really just a consumer whose loyalty you want. And that's why we authored this report in 2016. It changed the game for what America thinks about our economy, and it paved the path for LGBT inclusion in the public sector. Our 1.4 million business owners represent almost $2 trillion in the American economy. And that's despite the fact that in 35 states in America, it's still legal to say, we do not give money to your kind when we approach a bank for loans. And you know, we're still hoping for the Equality Act and for similar legislation around the country to be enacted to rectify that. But despite that, we are thriving, and it's because of networks like the NGLCC, the Greater Houston Chamber, and our partners at OBO who are going to help us spread the word that working with diverse businesses is good for everyone's bottom line. At the time we issued this report, there were less than almost half the businesses we have certified now. There were just about 900. And just those 900 created 33,000 jobs. So when some conservative politician tries to say, I don't think you need special rights, actually, we're just here to help create jobs in your district. That's what this is about. And when we help people succeed, we help them build more jobs. And LGBT businesses, just like all diverse community businesses, are 3 to 5 times more likely to hire diverse and procure diverse. So we are spreading the wealth around. And to our business owners on the line, be so proud of yourself that you are bucking the national trend. Your average small business in the United States collapses around the 5-year mark. LGBT-owned businesses are on average 12 years or older. And that's because we are the entrepreneurs of our own lives. We've had to fight to get where we are. We've had to be resilient. We've had to rely on the strength of our community and our leaders. And because of it, we have persevered in the face of overwhelming obstacles. So we couldn't do any of this work without strong partnerships, such as the ones we have between our affiliates like the Greater Houston Chamber, but most importantly with our government partners who believe that an economy doesn't work if anyone is not included on that invitation to the table. So it is my tremendous pleasure and honor to introduce a new friend who I consider a dear friend now in this fight, Director Marsha Murray, Director of the Office of Business Opportunity in Houston, who has been appointed by Mayor Turner and confirmed by the council in April of 2020, and is responsible for leading the city's supplier diversity and workforce development efforts. Our efforts to include, to improve administration and programming throughout the city to make sure that everyone is seen, heard, and represented. And we are so, so grateful for your friendship and partnership in getting us here, Director Murray, and we'd love to hear from you and about all that's ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Tammy and Jonathan, I can't believe it was just last Thursday that we joined in making history. This is just so incredibly exciting, and I'm so happy to be working with you both. So I do want to share some information about the Office of Business Opportunity as we kick off this initiative. Let me go ahead and share my, my slides with you. Sorry about that, just give me a moment. Are you able to see the slides fully? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so it is in signing Executive Order 1-7, Houston, of course, became the first city in Texas to intentionally include LGBTBE businesses in our procurement process. I'm sorry, I just need to adjust. There's something funny going on here. Sorry about that. So shortly, so we're actually in the, are you still able to see the slides?
Yes.
Okay, great. So shortly, we're actually in the process of making this happen. LGBTBEs will have a place and will be seen in the city's certified firm directory. So the Office of Business Opportunity, as a part of this initiative, will provide implementation and oversight of, and will also work with the national and local chamber to share additional information as it becomes available. As a part of this initiative, we've committed to tracking, monitoring and tracking the inclusion of LGBTBEs in city procurement. So on an annual basis, as part of our existing annual awards report, we'll include a section on how much participation has been, how much LGBTBEs have been represented in that preceding year in city contracting and make adjustments as needed. I would certainly like to, at this point, share more about OBO and how LGBTBEs can take advantage of our many business development programs, all which are free of charge. So the Office of Business Opportunity is committed to cultivating the competitive and diverse economic environment in the city of Houston by promoting the success of small businesses, with a special emphasis on those that have been historically underutilized and certainly disenfranchised individual. So being certified with the city, being a part of the city certification directory is really a door to opportunity. All the entities that are listed here accept our local and federal certification, and hopefully they will also incorporate the tracking and use of LGBTBEs in their procurement processes. A lot of companies actually tend not to use the certification that are a part of our certification directory, use the certification for other opportunities regionally. Only about 25% of our existing certified companies actually use their certification for City of Houston contracts. So again, the hope is that the other entities that are leveraging our existing certifications will also leverage the LGBT-BE certification. So just to talk about a number of our services. So we have the Office of Business Opportunity Solution Center, which is really a one-stop shop for businesses wishing to start, operate, and grow their business. We offer a wide variety of services, including access to financial resources. We have a business development manager who provides free one-on-one counseling to businesses, as well as we have SCORE counselors who partner with us to provide their services as well. We also provide access to information about exporting, doing business internationally. We really we encourage local businesses to consider the opportunities that actually exist worldwide. So we have resources and information about that, as well as providing technical resources. So again, I encourage businesses to really take advantage of these no-cost services that we do provide. And this is regardless of certification. This is actually open to all of our local businesses. So we do offer some business development programs as well. I've just actually listed 3 of them on this slide. So we're here to assist businesses in all stages, whatever stage they're in, based on feedback that we've actually received from the community. And we've been historically focused on construction companies because a lot of what the city procures is in the construction arena. So based on feedback that we have gotten previously, we developed Build Up Houston, which is a program that's focused on providing businesses with business development strategies, strategic planning, estimating and bidding, marketing and sales, financial and financial management, et cetera. This is one of our capacity building program. At the end of the program, the business develops a 3-year strategic growth plan. So in the past, like I mentioned, our focus has been on construction companies, but because of the impact that the pandemic has had on businesses in all industries in the last year, we expanded this program to include businesses in retail, food and beverage, and hospitality industries, because we recognized that they also need help. Right now, this program is underway, but we certainly encourage businesses, because we provide this program on an annual basis for the next cohort. Please apply to be a part of this program because it's really filled with valuable information. Accelerate Latinx is actually the Spanish version of the Build Up Capacity building program. We haven't rolled that out yet, so that's still an opportunity for businesses, and we'll certainly get that information out to our local business community to make sure that businesses can take advantage of that. In the fall, we'll open the Turner School of Construction Management program, which is an 8-session program designed to enhance the technical and managerial skills of small contractors and entrepreneurs in the construction industry. These are just a few of our other programs and initiatives. Our Liftoff Houston Business Plan Competition, we're actually entering our 9th year for this competition. We've done this in partnership with Capital One, who's consistently sponsored this competition. This is a competition where we're able to give 3 $10,000 cash prizes to 3 businesses, startups in the innovation, service, and product category. So while many of you might already have established businesses, we encourage you to spread the word to the community of aspiring entrepreneurs. This business plan competition includes a series of workshops over a 5-month period covering business plan basics, access to capital, intro to business resources, etc. Our interagency mentor protege program, which we host in partnership with other local area agencies, encourages developing businesses to learn from the experiences of more seasoned companies, with the intent that this will lead to opportunities to partner on future projects. This program actually starts this May, and applications are being accepted until March 19th. We also offer the Houston Small Business Legal Consultation Program. And I really don't believe that enough local businesses have taken advantage of really this fantastic service. So we partnered with Vincent and Elkins last year at the beginning of COVID, along with nearly 20 other top tier law firms, to create a network of volunteer attorneys that will provide free legal consultations via telephone with business owners. And they actually they will counsel on a wide variety of issues: contracts, intellectual property, employment, commercial lease issues, loan issues. And that's just a short list of areas that they will cover. And we really encourage you to spread the word about this free program. And the registration is actually available on our website. Again, this is free legal service being provided by some of the top attorneys in this country. And finally, I do want to highlight our COVID-19 Resource Hub, which we created at the onset of the pandemic last year to provide information about alternative revenue solutions for local businesses, emergency financial resources, information about unemployment benefits, et cetera. We've certainly been more focused more recently on recovery. And so the Resource Hub has been updated to include guidance to safely and responsibly reopen businesses. And we continue to update the information. We have also been focused on making sure that we actually include information about financial resources that are available out there, particularly grants. I also want to invite you to connect with OBO through our weekly e-blast, which gives access to information about virtual events, pre-bid meetings, procurement opportunities. And please contact us directly if you'd like to be added to our list. Finally, we offer the I'm Certified What's Next workshop, which is geared towards educating newly certified businesses. And I hope that all the LGBTBEs that will be added to our directory will take advantage of this particular workshop, because we go step by step, provide a tutorial about the city's procurement process and how to secure opportunities with doing business with the city. The next event workshop will be on June 3rd, and certainly reach out to us. You can go on our website to register for this workshop as well. And of course, please follow us on social media, where you'll find content on the latest happenings within OBO and about all the resources that we do offer to the business community. What I've discussed today is really just a fraction of those resources, and we hope that you will certainly take advantage of all of these free services that we do provide. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Director Murray.
Yes, thank you, Director Murray. And I hope you all can see Jonathan's touched on, this national view, if you will. Director Murray's talking about, this local opportunity that you have in terms of getting your business certified and accessing really all the tools and resources that OBO has to offer. So the NGLCC, I love, they always say, the membership is local in terms of the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber. Now we've expanded that dramatically with everything that you're going to be able to access through OBO, and that the city has been doing, quite frankly, for a while in terms of working to support businesses. Now LGBT business owners are more than welcome at the table. And now with the certification, national access to this tremendous resource at the national level. So that is my cue to actually introduce our next presenter that is really going to talk to us, as I said, about the nuts and bolts of how to get LGBTBE certified. And it is my privilege to introduce Alicia Greene. Alicia is the Director of Supplier Diversity at the NGLCC. And you can see she has done remarkable work throughout her career, particularly in supplier diversity. One thing I always love to say about Alicia, when we launched this chamber, Alicia has been with us there, helping us as we work to get more businesses certified in the Houston area. She has reached out her hand to say, how can I help? When she was working as a supplier diversity associate, when she became director, she said, my team is here for you. She's been incredibly helpful and supportive. She is the expert, and it is my pleasure to turn it over to her now to give you some real details on getting certified. Alicia?
Thank you so much, Tammy, for that great introduction. And I also want to just thank Director Murray and Mayor Turner for the great works and for providing this opportunity, supporting this opportunity for our LGBT business enterprises. And Jonathan, your work is extraordinary. So I'm so glad to have a colleague like you to help advocate our certification and for different states and cities to acknowledge our certification. So I'm going to share my screen right quick. And we are going to talk about LGBT Business Enterprise Certification 101. So first and foremost, as a lot of you might not know about NGLCC at a glance. So NGLCC was founded in 2002, and it is the business advocate between, oh, sorry, let me go back over, sorry. So it is the business advocate and direct link between LGBT business owners and corporations and government partners. The SDI initiative and the LGBTBE certification was created in 2004. So I'm going to be using a couple of acronyms, so bear with me, and I will be sure to explain what those acronyms are. So SDI is the Supplier Diversity Initiative, and the LGBTBE certification is the LGBT Business Enterprise Certification, which was created in 2004. So first and foremost, the supplier diversity is the intentional inclusion of socially and/or economically disadvantaged groups in procurement opportunities. And this is what the LGBT business enterprises were not included in. We had the minority-owned businesses, the women-owned businesses, that were veteran-owned businesses that were included in these procurement opportunities. And like what Jonathan is doing and what was just approved now, the city of Houston is accepting the LGBT certification. So what we do here is we connect the SDI department, myself and my teammates, we connect you with we assist you with your certification process. So we will go through the process with you. Once you are certified, we'll help you with different opportunities, and we will help you to help leverage your certification. So we have different programmings that you'll be able to attend as weekly webinars and educational opportunities and business developments. We also have our engagement center, which is the direct link for, it's like the RFP concierge for personalized, curated, certified LGBTBE supplier list. So our corporate partners will contact our engagement center and, say that they're looking for a certain supplier, and our engagement center will go through our database and pull a list for you and include you in that list if you qualify, and send it to our corporate partners. So you don't even have to worry about, seeking yourself. We are here to help you with that. We will alert you if the corporate partner is interested and send you information regarding that opportunity. We also have matchmakers and different resources that we provide once you are a certified LGBTBE. And one of the main things that I will touch on later is our tiered contracting. So there might be businesses that might not be able to work with a corporate partner by themselves. You might want to work with another LGBTBE or another minority enterprise or a women-owned enterprise, but we will also assist in that as well. So what the NGLCC is the exclusive third-party national certification body for LGBT-owned companies. And so we modeled our certification by the National Minority Supplier Development Council and the Women's Business Enterprise National Council. And what we do is we certify businesses at least 51% owned and operated by LGBT persons. So how do you qualify for the LGBTBE certification? Your business must be at least 51% LGBT owned, operated, and controlled. You also must be a US citizen or proof of permanent residency. And your business must also be in the US, so for-profit entity in the US. And we always get that question, how do I prove that I am LGBT? We do have status qualifiers that our procurement council, they accept. And it's a 2 list, and you could choose from anything off of that list. And I will be able to, anybody that wants to have that list available, I can send that to you after this programming. Send it to Tammy, and she can send it out to everyone. But yes, it's as far as marriage certificate, you can have a 3 letters reference from someone attesting to your LGBT status. If you have an apartment lease, it must show that y'all are partners on that lease. But there are a plethora of documentations that we do accept regarding your LGBT status. So the certification steps. You must complete your business profile on my.nglcc.org. This is what it will look like whenever you start the application process. And as you can see, this is going to be your connection to 1,600 plus LGBTBEs and 300 plus corporate partners. Once you log in and set up your account, you will see your business information profile. This is where you put in all your contact information, if you have any social outlets, your commercial status, and other information. Right here under this diversity is where you'll put you're affiliated with the Greater Houston Chamber of Commerce, LGBT Chamber of Commerce right here. If you are a member of the chamber, your application fee will be waived. So once you complete your business profile, you will have to upload supporting documents. Now this section here that you upload is based off of your legal structure of your business. So if you are a corporation, if you are an LLC, a partnership, or a sole proprietor, it just depends on which legal structure you are, and it will help you with the documents that you will need to upload. Now, again, if you have any questions regarding any of these documentations, my team is here to assist you along the way. We will stay on the phone with you while you're uploading the documents. But I want you to know that we are unable to see your application if it's not submitted. We can only see this application once it's fully submitted, so we're not sure what you have already uploaded or the documents that you might be missing. So feel free, like I said, we are here to assist you during this process. So the next step for the certification is a site visit. Our site visits used to be in person, but now it is virtually, and we will have someone from the chamber to reach out to you to do a site visit. And what this site visit is for is, it is just to make sure that everything that you presented in the application is consistent with the site visit. The site visit is consistent with what you're presented in the application. And this is also a great time for you to meet with your chamber leader and get to know them and know how to get involved locally, as well as how to get involved nationally and what all we provide. But this information is only, for us to see, as well as for our committee members. That is going to be the last and final step of our application process. So the review by the NGLCC National Certification Committee. This committee is made up of chamber leaders, it's made up of corporate partners, and it's made up of suppliers that are already certified. And we meet once a month to review the application and decide whether they are certified or not. So we at NGLCC, me personally, do not certify your application. We do have a third party that is part of NGLCC that will certify, approve to certify your application. But we are here to assist and make sure that everything is needed when presented to this committee. So again, I would like to reiterate that your certification fee is waived for NGLCC if you are a member of your local chamber. So once you are certified, you will receive this certificate signed by our co-founders, Justin Nelson and Chance Mitchell, with the name of your business, your certification date, and your certification number. Our certification is good for 2 years, and you'll need a site visit every 4 years. So but we will check to make sure that you are still a member of your local chamber. So just remember that. So next, what I wanted to talk to you about was our tiered contracting, as I stated before. A lot of businesses want this big corporate deal, and they, like, oh, I can't wait to work with, the federal government or work with a big, let's say IBM, I don't know, but a corporation. Your business might not be able to maintain that contract. So we're like, let's work on the tiered one, and you have other suppliers that you can support. So if you're a graphic designer, you can go to a marketing firm, and then the marketing firm might be the tier one for the corporation, but you are still having that contract and you're having businesses, you're still creating a business for opportunities for yourself. Also, with you having a smaller contract allows you opportunity for more contracts. You can handle more than one. If you are with that corporation, all your time will be occupied with that big company, instead of creating other revenues for your business. So just think of that way. And you also, like you said, the pie, we're making bigger pies for everybody to enjoy. So you just slicing off graphic designer, marketing firm, printer, marketing firm, so you're just seeing how you can tier with other businesses and support other diverse owned companies. So the benefits of certification. So you'll receive the national recognition by America's Top Corporations and an NGLCC certified LGBTBE, as well as other cities for being certified as LGBTBEs. And you'll gain access to corporate partners as well as fellow certified LGBTBE companies on my.nglcc.org. We do have a search feature on that, in that portal, that I will be able to assist you with, as well as my team, once you get certified. So you also have access to all corporate, government, and organizational partners looking to do business with certified LGBTBEs. You can use our logo on your website, use it on your card. We have suppliers that have it on their packaging. So there's different ways that you can market that you are a supplier, that you are certified LGBTBE. You can also attend our international business and leadership conferences and regional events and special access to opportunities for certified LGBTBE companies. And like I mentioned earlier, get paired for matchmaker meetings with supplier diversity professionals and other certified companies at our NGLCC signature events. So scholarships and business opportunities. We do have a strategic growth and development institute. We also have a mentorship protege program that we have partnered with some of our corporate partners, and our corporate partners also inform us of their internal programmings that they have that we will send to other suppliers. So the opportunities out there. We have our monthly webinars. Now we're having weekly webinars, which I will talk about that later, and professional development opportunities for you to explore. We also have our NGLCC Trans Inclusion Task Force. So our NGLCC TGNC Task Force is to convene a group of diverse leaders that will improve and advise upon efforts to procure goods and services for transgender and gender nonconforming business owners, with the ultimate goal of economic empowerment of some of the most vulnerable members of the LGBT community. And if you want more information regarding the TGNC Task Force, the website is below. And feel free to email them for more information regarding that task force. We also have the NGLCC Communities of Color Initiative, which we call it COCHI. And this is to support the growth and success of minority LGBT-owned businesses through certification and business development by creating equal opportunity for the economic advancement and the empowerment of the minority LGBT business community. So for more information regarding COCHI, you can contact us at coachy@nglcc.org. So current programs and initiatives that we have. We also have a COVID-19 resource hub for you to go to. And we have our webinar Wednesdays every Wednesday from 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific, that you are able to either please attend. Everybody's welcome to attend. You don't have to be an certified LGBTBE to attend or to present, but please join us for Webinar Wednesdays. But you do have the opportunity to present. If you're interested, please go to that website below, webinars@nglcc.org, email us, and we'll be more than happy to give you the information on that. And last but not least, our LGBT Sip and Pitch Fridays. We alternate Fridays, but it's from 3 to 6. And this is where our businesses are able to pitch their business. And you are the only person that knows your business. And this platform gives you the opportunity to pitch your business in front of our corporate partners and other suppliers and other chamber leaders, anyone that watches this programming, and market yourself. And also get the positive feedback for anything that you might not know how to present whenever it comes to that 1-minute pitch, elevator pitch that you must give during matchmakers, or 5-minute pitch during matchmakers that you might have. So this is a great opportunity for you to learn and expand your business, your marketing. So that is the end of my presentation. I hope that it was resourceful and that you learned a lot. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. I am more than happy to answer.
If you have any questions, please put those in the chat. And Alicia, this is very, very comprehensive. One question I know that came up the other day, I was using that term matchmaker, and somebody stopped me and said, I'm sorry, is this a dating thing? And I said, oh, I'm sorry, no. And so can you elaborate on what matchmaking means and what it means in context with what the NGLCC does?
Yes, no, of course. It's a matchmaker. It's for your business. Dating for your business. No, I'm joking. But no, our matchmaker is one of our most profound, meetings. Jonathan, if you want to chime in, but this is the one-on-one where you are one-on-one with a corporate partner, a representative from one of our corporate partners. And it's your time to talk about your business. And we will match you up based on, who you want to speak with and who they want to speak with, what opportunities they might have. And this is your time to sit face to face and talk about your business. So you have them right in front of you. Talk about your business. It's your time to whatever you do, what you supply, why you, out of other printing companies, why your printing company. Why should they choose you, whether you have a national scope or you're just regional. So that way you need to just figure out who you want to speak with. A lot of people want to speak with everybody, but no, we tell our suppliers to focus on 5 or 3 partners or suppliers that you want to speak with, and make sure you know what they're looking for and what you need to talk about with your business. And after that meeting, you can exchange business cards and you have that connection, that networking connection, that now you can email them, sporadically. Just, hi, remember me from NGLCC's conference. Oh, remember me from their first virtual matchmaker that we had that I spoke with you about. Remember me, I pitched on this date, so it's just that direct connection that you have.
Alicia, I chime in, Tammy, too, if I could.
Go ahead, please.
First of all, Alicia, as always, a brilliant job. Thank you. One of the best things about matchmakers, as Alicia said, is it's FaceTime. And actually, Jack had put in the question, it's difficult when you're a business that, people haven't met the owner, they don't know you face to face. It's difficult sometimes to break through, especially when a lot of the commodities are matched to the industry by computer saying, oh yes, we have an open RFP for concrete. So I want to meet with everyone who sells that at the conference, and that happens. Beyond matchmakers, we do these informal sessions throughout the year, not only where you learn how to pitch, but what goes into a capability statement, what goes into an informal one-on-one. And we say it all the time, people don't do business with your NICS codes. They do it with you, the person. So leverage these to build lasting connections. It doesn't always have to be about selling something. And case in point, for example, at our conference, to Jack Berger's question, there might not be someone there who is, more procurement focused, who is not necessarily in the ad buy or marketing space, but do you know who is? One of our annual co-presenting partners is the National LGBT Media Association and the International LGBT Travel Association, people with a vested interest in LGBT-focused advertising, marketing, and placements. And they're also there holding office hours and one-on-one meet and greets. So one of the things that we say regularly, and it's certainly been a mantra I have lived by, is you don't get what you don't ask for. If you don't see the program you think you need, let us know. We regularly do warm intro emails between suppliers and stakeholders saying, helping people find what it is they need, but also the resources. A lot of people said, we got to COVID and I have a brick and mortar store. I wasn't ready to do all online sales. No problem. We've got workshops and websites and suppliers that can help you with your pivot or whatever it might be. So let us know, we're here to help. And that's now that we've got OBO and other partners engaged, there's no shortage of help out there. Right. And Alicia, I see a really good question about the affidavits and letters and things. I know this is a question we get all the time.
Okay. Well, I just want to piggyback off of what you said about the capability statement. That's what our engagement center is here for. We will assist with the capability statement. We are here to help you, in every avenue that we can. So, please use us as a resource. So the question,
I was going to say, do you see the one from Paul? Alicia, do you want me to read that out for you?
I completed everything except for the letters swearing. Okay, can you elaborate more? Does each person write a letter and a notarized affidavit, or does a letter get notarized? Great question, Paul. We do get this question all the time. So one of our qualifiers is 3 letters. So we have, each person needs to write a letter, but we provide the affidavit for them to sign. So it's not like they have to go to an attorney to, write one up, make one up, but we provide you with the affidavit that they'll need to sign, and they'll email us at statusqualifiers@nglcc.org. Does
And I
that
think
answer?
the why is important too there, Alicia, just so everyone knows, one of the reasons why we have so many points of certification material that's needed and so many layers of review is so that we are not questioned. Especially as we're expanding in government contracting, there has been decades of reported waste, fraud, and abuse of, a woman-owned company, which is a husband's company that he put in his wife's name, or someone, a community business owner from a minority community who is there in name only on the masthead. We avoid that, and in almost 20 years of certifying have avoided those pitfalls by making sure we are asking all the right questions that help avoid that kind of conflict, which only helps make sure that our certification is ironclad and trusted across every Fortune 500 you can think of, and now more city and state government. So don't think of it as anyone being invasive or intrusive, because remember, this is a private and confidential certification process. It's about helping ensure that you are never questioned when you go to apply for a business. And remember too what this can unlock, because yes, the Bostock decision said we cannot be fired from our jobs, but we're still missing some basic contracting protections in this country. So to be able to say I've got the backing of this organization and the companies behind it because I am duly certified helps you and helps all of us in the LGBT business movement.
And Alicia, a question for you. For those that are listening and looking at getting certified, what is your best advice to be organized? You showed the dashboard of documents and things like that you need, but what's the best way to be organized to start? And when you sit down to that computer, what do you need to think about in that respect?
No, great question. So the first thing you need to think about is having the documents that you received when starting your business. So when you started your business, if you're an LLC, you have the articles of organization, the certificate of organization. If you're a multi-member, you will need your operating agreement. If you are a corporation, you have your articles of incorporation, and you will need bylaws. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, I might not have bylaws because I'm the sole owner or minutes. We'll discuss that, when the time comes. But if you do not have minutes being the sole owner, we do, write on letterhead, I am the sole owner, I have this amount of stocks, all that. But the main thing is to really have the documents that you use to file to start your business. Secondly, our eligibility was you must be 51% or you must be a US citizen. We do ask for either a passport, birth certificate, or a permanent residency card for you to provide. And the general things is that your bio and a brief history of your business. Those are the general information that you'll need. But whenever it comes down to the legal structure, that's whenever there's specific documents that we request. And that is based off of what you submitted whenever you applied for your business. And again, that information I can provide to you along with the status qualifiers.
And if you, with the site visit, of course, we're all, as an affiliate of the NGLCC, we perform those, but talk about how that works if you really don't have like a storefront or a building.
So we have to come to your home. No, I'm only kidding. So no, our site visits are now virtual, but I know people are working from home now and they do not have a storefront. It's like, well, I don't have a building and I really just work from my desk. That is perfectly fine. We do understand that. The site visit, like I said, is just to confirm that what you presented to us on paper is how you really operate your business. And so now with it being virtually, if you work from home, you just talk about the background of your business. You talk about, what you do, the daily ins and outs. It's more so of an interview, a personal interview, whenever it comes to the site visit. Now, if you do have a storefront, pre-COVID, it was, to do a tour. of your company, of the building. And you can still do that if you're in there. You can walk around. I've had people to walk around in their building and it's like, oh, this is what we do, which is even, it's nice. And it also meet the employees that they have there. But no, it's perfectly okay if you have a home office. It's more so of a personal interview. We're trying to get that connection as well.
The days of COVID, right? All right. Any other questions before we start doing some wrap up here? I just want to make sure we get everyone's questions answered. And for those that are listening, via the live stream, we are watching as well, and we'll follow up if needed. You can reach the chamber office at 832-510-3002 or info@HoustonLGBTChamber.com. If we can answer any additional questions or connect you to OBO or the NGLCC in terms of Alicia's team for the certification, we're happy to do that. So what I'd love to do, as we have just a few extra minutes here, Alicia, why don't you say a few parting words, and then I'm going to ask Director Murray to do that. Jonathan can weigh in, and then I'll close us out. How about that?
Okay, great. Well, again, I'd like to thank you, Tammy, for this opportunity and the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce. I am so proud of Houston right now and so excited and can't wait to see the influx of applications that we will receive. But again, I just want you to know that the SDI team is here to assist you. I'm here to assist you. So please feel free to contact us at supplierdiversity@nglcc.org. If you have any questions regarding your certification or any way that we can assist, we could set up a time to go step by step during the application process. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you and seeing your applications come through.
Thank you, Alicia. Director Murray, any parting words?
Absolutely. So I really wanted to encourage the businesses out there to not wait, to immediately jump on taking advantage of all of the services that I've shared with you today. And I just really only shared a fraction. They're all free to you. And we want to make sure that you are successful. And we're here to support you in whatever way that you need to be supported. I really look forward to working with you all. Thank you.
And thank you, Director Murray, and thank you for your leadership. We appreciate it. And Jonathan.
Only to say thank you to you, Tammy, and to the team at the LGBT Chamber in Houston. You are incredible partners. You are obviously national leaders. You have left an indelible giant cowboy boot stamp on America to say we are here, we're queer, and we're ready to do business. Thank you for that. Director Murray and your team, you have been incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To reiterate one important thing, and this is something that I'm sure Director Murray and Alicia hear all the time, which is I'm certified. So that means in 48 hours, I get my first big $1 million contract, right? That's how this works. Remember, think of it this way. Certification is not the key. Certification is the Swiss Army knife. It has now given you so many tools that you did not have access to. And start local. Take a Director Murray and OBO up on those offers for consulting and education and resource sharing and access to capital and all of that, because it is a long journey to get from being, mom and pop shop to someone who's doing big leagues work on the national stage. So let us be partners to you in the same way, and come to us with anything you need on a national, local, or city level. We're here for you and your success. So thank you, and thanks one and all for being here.
Well, wonderful. And I want to let everybody know that the recording of today's webinar is going to be available on the YouTube channel. And as Alicia mentioned, just a quick reminder, if you are a member of the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber, you are going to get your application fee waived. All the benefits are local, as I mentioned, with that membership and a national certification. It is such a win-win. And speaking of a win-win, this collaboration with the City of Houston, and very specifically the Office of Business Opportunity, is a tremendous, tremendous opportunity for the LGBTQ business community. We cannot express our gratitude enough to Director Murray and her team for helping lead this, working with Mayor Turner's office to make the historic announcement last week a reality. I hope what you take away from this call, outside of, as we've said, the nuts and bolts, but is the support that you have as an LGBT-owned business in the city of Houston between your local chamber with the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce, the Office of Business Opportunity with the city of Houston, and the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce, or the NGLCC. We are all here to support you. We are here to help you succeed, ultimately to grow and thrive. That's our work before us. We're up to the challenge. We hope you are and are looking to get certified. So please visit www.houstonlgbtchamber.com to learn more about the local chamber. We will help you on that path to certification. We'll get you connected in with Alicia's team. And again, a huge thank you to our special guest speakers today, Director Marsha Murray, Jonathan Lovitz, and Alicia Greene. We really, really appreciate you, your partnership, your collaboration, and your advocacy. With that, we want to wish everyone a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good one. Thank you.
Take care, y'all.
Bye, y'all.